What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we started this journey to talk about DJ related content, such as tips and tricks, our experiences, our knowledge, and just share it with you guys. So whether you are a seasoned DJ or a new DJ just getting started, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and roll this intro.
What's up?
What up, fam? Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. You already know it's your boy DJ Pretty Boy. Got Shay in the house, and today's another special edition. We decided to do it Wednesday because tomorrow we both got something to do, so we decided to just move it on for today. So you guys still get something, as opposed to like nothing like 2 weeks ago. Well, something just popped up that happened, and we couldn't make it. So. But today, what we're gonna talk about is when it's time to retire your equipment and to upgrade to something else. Because as you know, there's a lot of things popping out. There's always something new coming out with DJs. And without going any farther, the new controller that just came out from Alpha Beta Data, whatever.
Yeah, Alpha Beta.
Yeah,
What's that thing? GRX something.
DDJ.
Like GRX.
Yeah, GRX 6 or something. So there's always new things coming out, and us DJs, we love to get new toys, new stuff every time we can. But do you really need it? Is it really necessary? So those are things that we're gonna unveil in this episode. Hopefully, you guys can see our points of views. And if you guys would like to share your point of view so we can read them in the comments and have those conversations, then that'll be great. Not that one. That's not
this
it.
one, dude. This just came, I went on to search. This just released 1 minute ago. XDJ SAZ. So there's already this controller just came out.
Yeah, but that's
this is what we were talking about.
Yeah. The DDJ GRV.
GRV6. Man, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So
so basically there's always stuff coming out, man. There's always got something with new features and new stuff always out there. So like how are you supposed to know when to upgrade? Exactly. I can speak for myself, man. It's always like I'm always looking at all the new stuff, but I don't buy it probably 99% of the time, like out of 100 things that I see. But it's because, for me, I'm always thinking about the biggest thing, money. Like if you have enough money, that's the number one. If you have the money to spend, if you're still like, you just made a purchase and you're trying to like recover on the money and get gigs and stuff, just use what you have, Once you have enough money, you start thinking about, all right, like, okay, all the stuff, what can I upgrade from that? So from you talking about your past experience, Diego, what was like the first thing that you upgraded out of your DJ system when you started, like from the first stuff you had and then the first upgrade that you made?
Okay, so definitely the first thing that I upgraded was my controller and also my speaker, because I upgraded it at the same time. So as I said before, when I started with DDJ Slate 4, Serato Slate 4, and for my for my speaker, I only had one speaker because that's the only thing I could afford at the time, and it was a Gemini, some Bluetooth type of speaker, like I was like a $300 speaker. So that's what I started with, and as quick, I want to say in like a year. I started doing events, and I was lucky enough to have one of my friends that actually believed in me and wanted to get into the business as well. And he was like, you know what? Because I landed a wedding, but I didn't have anything. Like I had nothing with me. Just that. I only had the little Slate 4, which I'll show you guys which one I'm talking about. But So he was like, you know what? Let's go to Guitar Center. Let me open an account, and let's buy the stuff that you need, and
Oh
then
wow.
we'll do it together. And I was like, all right, cool. So we went, and then we that's when I got my CLXs, and I got the DDJ SX2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So
You got them from get you got a big upgrades all at once.
I want to say I spent, I think, like 1,300 on
Yeah, that
everything.
sounds right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so about 1,300 on everything, and well, 15 because of the speaker stands and cable
Mm.
and all of that.
Oh,
So
you
let's
got
just say,
all of that.
yeah, so let's say 1,500. So every event we did, I would just, like, everything that I made was to pay off the debt, because I wanted to get rid of that first.
Yeah.
After that, we start, getting some money. But so that's the upgrade that I did. But the reason why I upgraded is because you don't go to you don't go to a wedding with one
One Gemini.
one Costco speaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it when I to me, it doesn't look professional. It's
Yeah.
just, a wedding is such an important thing, and even though this wedding wasn't like a huge wedding, it was very, very family oriented. I want to say, like, maybe like 30 to 40 people in attendance, but everyone was not dressed up. Everyone was like casual.
Mm.
They wanted everything casual. Everything was laid back, kind of like a backyard party, but in a event,
Mm.
in a venue.
Mm.
So, you know, this is what I said all the time. When it comes to your, like your business and whatever, your presentation is key, is huge. So as clean and as nice and neat that you can have your setup, the better it's gonna look, and the more eyes you're gonna catch. And then from there, obviously, the way you play, the music, how you perform, and all of that. But the first thing goes through the eyes. If people really like your setup and the way you have it, people are gonna reach out to you, and like, hey, I like your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, things like that.
Yeah.
But
It's gotta be clean.
that's actually how I upgraded. I went and I said, from the Serato Slave. I keep saying I'm gonna show it, but here it is. I'm gonna share my screen real
The
quick.
slate. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what. While you talk about that, actually, I had a different experience. So when I started DJing, I didn't even use a controller. I just plugged in my laptop and DJ'd off of the program on my laptop directly. So
All
then
right.
my first controller I bought was the SB. So then basically that to upgrade from that, I was like, okay, well, if I'm gonna actually be DJing, then I should at least have a controller. So I bought the DJ SB, and actually I used that controller all the way until like last year when I built this booth, the Lavish booth. I was using that controller all the way up until then. And the only reason I upgraded my controller was because then the SB, like the jog wheel, started getting stuck and it started like glitching a little bit. So I
Uh-huh.
would say that's one of the big reasons. Obviously, money. The second thing is if you can't rely on your equipment, I would say that's when you know it's time to upgrade. So if you start noticing that if you start having to worry even about like, oh, I hope like it doesn't glitch this time, or you have that in the back of your mind, or it has in the past. When you're doing events and getting paid for them, I think that's the time I got to upgrade my equipment if I'm having to worry about whether or not this thing is gonna do something weird during the event. So I think that's another huge sign that you need to upgrade your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. And this is the Slate 4.
Oh,
This
it's
is the one I
nice, dude. It's a four channel.
Yeah, this is the one I had, I bought, and
Yeah,
it was to me, it was cheap. I want to say it was like probably like 400, maybe 350.
I think
So
that has more than like DJI SB because
yeah, so it's a
it
four
has eight,
channel,
yeah, four channel, eight
and
cube pads.
yeah. But see, the thing is that when I got it, I didn't know what any of these buttons do. Like, I was new to it,
Yeah.
Like I said, I got the opportunity to DJ one of my mom's friends, party, because her DJ like faked or something or whatever. and then
Mm.
she called me to do it, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. So this is what I got, and bro, I didn't know what the hell to do. So like funny thing, when I got this, I didn't know that you could listen to a song in your headphones, to a different song in your headphones, and then
Yeah, yeah,
the other song is playing, to the crowd. I didn't know that, and
yeah.
I thought that this controller couldn't do that.
Oh,
Because you see how the cue buttons are here? This cue button.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it
I didn't
says
know. I
master and
didn't.
mix.
I didn't know what cue. I didn't know what that meant. So
Uh,
I never pressed the button, and I was like, why do I hear like on my headphones? I can hear both songs. Why am I hearing both songs? Like I don't want to. I want to hear the other one, and I couldn't figure it
uh,
out. And so like
dang.
so just little things when you're new and you don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like,
That was one of the main reasons I was like I want to get a controller because when I was DJing on my laptop, I couldn't hear the next song. It was just like fade in, fade out, and I'm like, okay, well, obviously I need to hear the next song because I knew that DJs do that because I'm like always I was always interested in DJing, so I knew DJs were doing that, like listening to the next song. So I'm like, okay, that was one of the big reasons I bought a controller, and then I had that controller for like 8 years or so. That SB.
yeah. So in that sense, I've never like before I started DJing, I've never really looked into DJing. I just like music,
Mhm.
and like I said, I was a member of one of like the youth group that we built in the trailer park. It's called still the Chantilly Youth Group, and they needed a person to play music because at that time, we were nonprofit, we didn't have money. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll play music, and I brought my computer, my big ass Mac, my Big Mac, Big Mac McDonald's. Shout out McDonald's. My big the Mac,
that is a Big Mac.
yeah, the big Mac, and then I had that controller, and then like speaker wise, I just hot wired my radio speakers into it.
Yeah,
So and that's how I started, and that's how I make myself known in a way. But
yeah,
it wasn't like I wanted to be known. I was just helping, you know,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I was just lucky enough to build out of that, and then little by little started getting more interested in DJing. So then I started like figuring out like what did all this filter, like all the knobs do, the
right.
buttons, all of the stuff. So little by little I started working, learning, practicing, and spending time. But at first I didn't know anything. I didn't honestly, I didn't even needed this because I was just like an iPad. That's what it was.
Yeah, just playing on Apple Music or whatever. Well, Smiley's here. Smiley made it for the Wednesday edition. What's up,
Hey,
Smiley?
buddy, what's up, bro?
Smiley, dude. Speaking of upgrading, Smiley just got the Rev 5 and a
Ooh,
new Gigabyte G6 RTX 460 gaming laptop. Damn, bro, we get this is a timely episode then.
he got that. He got that from eBay too.
Yeah, dude. What made you decide to get the Rev 5 over any other of the other ones? And then he got Stems 2.0 and Virtual DJ now. Oh, the Smiley's Team Virtual DJ. How do the okay? Second question then. How do the stems sound now? It's Stems 2.0 because I've heard people debate about does Serato have better stems or does Virtual DJ? So I don't know.
I look Serato. I think Seratos are good, but for some reason I feel like Virtual DJ it's a little better.
They've had them for longer, so if they did 2.0, then they probably had some upgrades.
Yeah, I mean
Smiley
probably.
got these legit, so he got them brand new.
He said I
Nice.
got this legit, bro. I don't believe you. You can get that legit. That's
Dude,
impossible.
The Rev 5 looks nice though.
Yeah.
It looks like really well built and stuff. But you know what? Oh, actually, dude, who's Aaron Strawn just his
So that's
live stream
like
today. He had a live stream today about the Rev 5 like broke during one of his events. So I don't know what the details were, but you could check that out. Maybe he has some
you,
feedback or something to avoid when you're using it.
you know that I was also look before, right, when the SRT 1000 came out.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
really wanted the SRT 1000. At one point, I mean, honestly, I don't need it because my SX2 works fine.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing it was it just looked nicer, so I was like, "Yo, I might get this." But then I saw a lot of people complaining about like how hard was to connect to
Hmm.
Serato, that they were having problems and things like that. So I was like, I just wait for
Oh,
the like,
that's probably before they released the Serato version.
I guess I
'Cause
don't know.
there's a record box version and a Serato version, but yeah, this Rev 5 has both Serato and record box. But the thing
Yeah,
is, difference between this one and SRT also, that one's 4 channel. I only use 2 channels anyways, so I don't care. But I know for some people,
I use a so my SX2 is 4 channels, and I could I could literally use all four,
oh
but
really?
I only use two because I really only need two. But if I
Yeah,
want to get like creative or like do something, I can definitely use all four.
yeah,
Also, the one of the channels serves you as a microphone, and then you can EQ it from
yeah.
your controller.
You don't need a mixer then.
Yeah, so that's a huge help. And then let's say one and two are your DJ ones. No, four will be your microphone, and number three could be like a line in for your phone if you need to play a
Yeah, you can play aux on there.
yeah. If this is in the case that you don't use an external mixer, if you use an external mixer, then obviously you might as well just connect everything to the external
But,
mixer, because let's say if your controller goes down, then the microphone is not going to work, and your phone is not going to work because the controller broke or is down. So, but if you have it in a mixer, you have the possibility and the ability to keep the party going, keep talking on the microphone while you're rebooting or switching, gear.
yeah, yeah,
So
it's true. Because then if your controller goes down, then everything goes down. If you don't have external mixer. Oh, hold on. Smiley said, go back to the other one. Smiley said 2.0 sounds cleaner, but the first version wasn't good. So that's good to know. Might have to check it out then. Might have to test it out. And he has the Rev. Oh, you got the Rev 1 too. Then you're doing Rain 1.
I
Lead
like the Ray
1.
one. Don't get I really like the Ray one. Like I would like to get the Ray one.
Hmm.
That's why, but for my needs, Red 5 seemed good for me.
And then his other laptop couldn't handle the virtual DJ and stems. Yeah, that's a big reason to have to upgrade. I agree. Sorry, so we got a few reasons here to upgrade. So you upgrade your laptop. That's what I'd had to do too, because my old laptop wasn't allowing me to upgrade my Serato. So it got stuck because it was so old that Serato couldn't upgrade anymore on that one. So I bought a new laptop mainly because of that, so that I could get the stems and get all that. So that's a reason to upgrade your laptop, is when you can't use the programs you want to anymore, or obviously you're worried about it shutting off and lagging during an event.
So I upgraded my laptop because my wife needed a laptop. So I was like, okay, let's buy another one. And she was like, okay, well, you keep that one and give me the old one because you're gonna use it more than I will.
That
So
works too.
I was
That's a
like,
good reason.
say less. I'm like, say less. So
Yeah. Okay.
we got this one, which is a 2021,
Yeah,
and
that's the same one. Yeah, we got the same one.
yeah, 16 gigabytes, 1 terabyte hard drive
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
SSD, and
Yeah. Literally, you got the 14-inch or the 16-inch?
no, 14. I don't like the 16. It's
Yeah, I
too
got
big.
the same one. I got it in the dark gray. That's literally the same one.
Okay, so yeah, so we got the same one, but see, it does what it needs to do, and it serves the purpose that I needed to. So this one's fine,
Yeah,
but
this
like,
one's still doing good with stems and everything. It's still doing good. And
yeah,
I switched it. I switched the mode. You know how you can do, like, you can do analyze the song on load. So
uh-huh,
immediately when the song loads, it automatically analyzes the stems like every time, and
okay.
the songs it's not lagged or had any issues at all. So it's doing well so far.
Well, oh, yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think mine is set up like that too. Like it analyzes the song.
yeah,
But do you find yourself using stems a lot? Do you use stems a lot while
yeah.
DJ?
I've started. I've like I would say as every event passed. I mean, I haven't had an event in like months now, but before, like every event I would do, I found myself using stems more and more. Like especially for the transitions, um, and then like sometimes I would use it for like making an announcement. So if I'm playing a song and then I have to make an announcement, I'll just put on the instrumental, make the announcement, and then put the vocals back on again. So I'm definitely using it way more, like as each event that goes on. How about you?
Yeah, because you get more comfortable as the events are going on. You get more
Yeah,
comfortable. with the fingers because you have to remember which one is which.
Yeah,
You
with the
know?
buttons. Yeah.
So for me, I use it a lot, especially when I'm doing like reggaeton or cumbia.
Yeah.
Both I use and I play with the melody and the drums and the bass. I play with that. When or hip hop, I don't really play that much hip hop, but when I have to, I'll
When
play.
you
And
have,
I
yeah.
play with like, I literally just on the fly put the vocals of one song and the instrumental of the other song. Like things like that. So like kind of like a
And
mashup.
the best part is like, like the regular customers, they don't know that what stems exist, how easy it is. So
Yeah,
they hear that they're like, "Oh, this guy's doing, he's doing like crazy mashup live," and they
yeah,
don't know that all it is right now around the technology. You can just with the button, you can remove it and make a mashup live. So they'll be like, the way a crowd can perceive you too. They're like, "Oh, damn, this guy's like legit, like." Like he's not just fading in and out. Like this is a real DJ.
yeah.
It makes it a lot easier.
So even though it sounds and it is easy with practice, you still have to be good enough to do it right. Because
Yeah,
anyone can do it. Don't get me wrong. Anyone can do those things. The,
yeah.
the
You have to do it on beat. You have to do it on beat.
yes,
But
you need to do
before,
it with speed. You need
yeah,
to do it. You need to know like the music of the songs that you're bringing in and you're taking out. Make sure that it matches when I mean matches when like the song or the vocals of the song that you have there is like going on a peak, and then and you know that the vocals are gonna drop. The song that you have, like that's coming in should start on a drop to
yeah,
to match. So it goes,
yeah,
like that. So it has to make sense. You can't just throw a beat under an acapella, because if let's say that the person is singing and then she or he goes up, but then your beat's steady, like it's not good. So even
yeah,
like again, even though it could get easy to do it, it's not as easy as it sounds.
yeah, yeah. But to have to do
Especially,
that before stems, to try to have to like have a part without the vocals, you have to download like a separate track, and then you have to have it all like planned out. Like, okay, this
yes.
track is gonna go a cappella at this part because that's
Hmm.
how the track is. So now I have to like have that song ready. Now it's like, all right, if you can do it, if it works, you can do it. If not, yeah, you can, you don't have to like be stuck with like an a cappella track or whatever. But yeah, I agree with the voice echo out and the instrumental echo. That's definitely a nice way to transition too.
Yeah, I use Echo Out a lot, and
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
using.
Echo is my number one effect. I use the filter knob, like high
Mhm.
pass, low pass, and I use echo. But other than that, I don't use many other effects.
I can't like, yeah, me too. So the Echo Out, I use that one a lot. But then when I started, like when I'm in the zone, I just start. I'll use flanger, and I use what's the other one? Yeah. I use this other one. I don't know. And then when you want to talk on the mic, like the reverb or on vocals, the reverb
Mm,
taking out the song, you can throw the
yeah, yeah,
reverb in. But like right on the exact beat, not too long because it becomes like it sounds ugly, but
yeah,
a good amount of time to allow the other song to like boom kick in.
yeah.
So we do that. Um,
Nice. So okay, I got a question for Smiley, and then while he types it, then I'll put it one ask go back to the upgrading thing. So
mhm.
Smiley, what made you like decide that you wanted to upgrade from the Rev 1 to the Rev 5? Like what were the reasons you decided to upgrade?
Now,
And then
was this
yeah.
an upgrade or just an addition? It's different. An addition and an
Mhm.
upgrade. An addition is something that you're still gonna use. So, for example, I have the DDJ SX2 and I have my Hercules T7. Now,
Mhm.
is my Hercules T7 Premium an upgrade? No, it's not an upgrade. It's an addition to my
That's true.
arsenal because I use both.
Yeah. So first was it an upgrade or an addition? And then if it was an upgrade, what made you decide to get
Yeah.
that one?
What about you, Shay? What do you start with, and then what made you, if you change anything, why
Yeah,
did?
yeah, that's why I would say the addition thing kind of applied to me, right? When I got the Rev 1, I just wanted to I mean, I was kind of upgrading, but it wasn't an upgrade because the Rev 1 and the SB are kind of the same thing. You know, they're just different layout. I just
Mhm.
got it. Like I said, I got that one because the SB started being faulty, and I wanted a separate controller to live inside the Lavish booth. So that was more like the Rev 1. But in terms of things that I've upgraded, I would say the next thing like are the speakers. So you already started talking about the speakers, but my first speaker, I had other like the Costco speaker, but it was like my family's, so I was just kind of borrowing it.
Mhm.
But I would say the speakers I upgraded from the ZLXs to the RCF HDM 45, and that one was definitely an upgrade because I basically started feeling like I couldn't count on the EVs for like large parties. You know, like if people started telling me I have more than 100 people, 150 people, I'd start feeling like nervous about whether or not it's going to be loud enough.
But
Um,
yeah,
and so that's why, like, do clients really know, oh, I'm bringing EV ZLX versus RCF? Like, no. But I started to feel like, okay, I want a speaker that I don't have to really worry about, that if I'm going to be loud enough for an event, and you know, if I need to get subs, you know, I can, these speakers will be powerful enough to play on top of subs too. So
so
that was more of the reason for the upgrade, for the RCF from the ZLX to the RCF for me, and then I had the money to justify the purchase too.
yeah, so this is the Gemini speaker that I bought my first
Oh,
when I did the house party. This is the first speaker I bought when I started my DJ career. The
so what did
Gem
you do once you bought the ZLX? Did you sell it, or you still have the speaker?
No, I sold this one.
Oh, you sold it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I sold this one. But yeah, this is the one, and you
Yeah,
know,
do I have that same mic, dude?
yeah.
That
So
came with my Costco speaker.
okay, well, yeah. So this is the one. This is the one that I had, and like
Dude, it's a great deal, dude. Look at
right now
that.
it's 189.
Dude, you
I got
can't beat that.
I got it for 350 or something like that. So
Dude, if you buy two of those and you use it for like parties, people wouldn't even know. Like,
like
like clients wouldn't know, have no idea. You rocking this, you rocking RCF, like, as long as it's not like, like on too many people and it's
yeah.
not.
So for instance, this one on that specific party, this girl or this lady came up to me and she was like, "Hey, do you have this song?" And I was like, "No, I don't have it." She was like, "Well, can't you look for it and play it?" And I was like, "No, I
Mm,
can't. I don't have a way to connect my phone to my speaker." And I
uh
didn't know that you could because there's RCA port right here. So you can just RCA to a 3.5.
yeah, there's a lot of ways you can connect it to the
Yeah.
speaker, but
Now that in my defense, I bought the speaker the morning of the event. I bought everything the morning of the event. I got hired on a Friday, and then the party was the next day. I
oh
got
snap.
hired. I got hired for this party. Like I want to say 7 or 8 p.m. when everything is closed.
And you went in the
Uh,
morning.
and then in the morning, I went and I got this a microphone that didn't work because I didn't. It
You
was
didn't test
horrible.
it.
It was so cheap. It was like I think like $70. It was a wireless microphone.
Oh,
But
you bought that. You didn't just use this one, the wired one?
it didn't come with it. It was just a speaker.
Oh, just a
Yeah, it
speaker.
didn't come with it. This is a bundle or something.
It's a bundle, man.
Yeah.
189. Oh, let's see what
So
Smiley said. He said the Rev 5 is more of an addition. He's still gonna use the Rev 1. Rev
really?
5 for bigger. So the Rev 5 is gonna be in the lavish booth. So see, it's kind of similar. The Rev 5 is gonna live in the lavish booth, or at least he'll put it in there. Yeah, that's good. Because in the lavish booth, you have to cut that wood. So you want to cut it to the dimensions of the controller you're gonna be using probably the most often.
yeah.
And the Rev 5 seemed good, yeah.
I was also thinking, because I don't know, but I'm being lately. I've been really into the Rain one, and I found one for
Yeah, you already got the Hercules.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just really like the Rain one because has the spinning platters too, and I
Hmm.
love this. I love the T7. I love it. I love the spinning platter of it.
Oh, so maybe you get a Rain 1 and put it in your lavish booth?
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna have to buy another lavish booth because the
Yeah.
cut is not gonna be
Bro,
the
you
same.
know what you could do is just you go to Home Depot and just buy another top piece because you can cut them at Home Depot. So just cut it in the dimensions of your current booth.
But do they have that specific?
They don't have that exact looking, but they have a white at least the one near me, it has a white white board that you can cut.
Oh,
So you should look at it though, because that might be better, because you could just have two different tops. I mean, you could build another booth, but you could just have two different tops and just change it
and
out.
right now the desk whatever is cheaper than it's cheaper than what it was because when I bought it, I think it was like 100 something, and now it's like 80 or $70.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so it's cheaper.
Yeah, you could.
It's-
That's the thing. The desk itself isn't that bad. It's just you have to then build the whole thing again. But now you know what you're doing now the second time too. So
yeah, now I just need like the cutting thing, and I can cut it. But anyways, let's get back to the.
but yeah, what were we saying about upgrading? So I upgraded my speakers because of that, because I was like, okay, that was another thing. I had to keep most of my parties. I had to keep going and checking the limit light on the ZLX because I'd always be like limiting. So it was okay, I could have been okay with it, but I had the money and I was like, okay, why don't I get these ones so I don't have to keep worrying about how loud I am, and I can always know that all right, if I need to go loud, like I can go loud and not have to worry about the speakers like going into power saving mode or going into the limiter mode. So
So
that was why I upgraded my speakers.
so you went from the CLX to what?
The RCF HDM 45.
RCF GM 45
HDM, yeah.
HDA
Yeah, because I
45.
was looking like, all right, what's the loudest? I made that in the same thing in my review. I said the same thing, but what's sort of the loudest speaker that you can get that's like under 50 pounds? Because I also didn't want to be carrying like big wood speakers around.
Yeah.
And then I was like, then that's kind of how I decided whether or not I would upgrade from the ZLX. And I kept the ZLX. I used them a few times too, but I sold them when I moved here because I didn't want to transport them across the country.
Yeah. So okay, RCF HD 12. They're 12. They're 12 inch.
No, here let me. I'll pull them up.
Oh, they're 15s.
So why don't you, in the meantime, why don't you tell? So you upgraded eventually to the 44 G2s, or maybe it was an addition. So what was your thought process, and how did you know when it was time to upgrade to those?
Uh, well, that was like it's simple. So with regards to the 44 G2s, I just wanted something that was more slick, uh, more professional because the CLXs, don't get me wrong, they do the job, but like you said, it limits a lot. It limits faster,
Yeah,
and damn, $2,000 for one.
yeah, but I bought them used. I'm Mr. Used guy. I bought all my speakers used. Even my ZLXs, I bought them used for 250 each.
Oh, okay, not bad.
And these ones I bought them. I paid like 1,300 each in the end for them,
Oh,
with
okay.
with the covers too included.
Oh, okay.
So I found a good deal on them, and so that's why I didn't buy these. I didn't buy these brand new.
Yeah. So, well, back to what I was saying. The the reason why my thought process was I wanted to give my CLXs like a break because it was getting to the point that I was using my CLXs constant like every like 3 weekends out of the month, and I was like I want my speakers to last a little longer, and I don't want to like I hated the fact that I had to take like speaker stands and then
Yeah, the look
screens,
is the
like
look,
yeah, and the looks.
and the
I
wire is hanging down, and
Yeah,
you got
I didn't like none of that. And then when I saw the 44 G2s, I was like, wow, like they're nice. And I looked at reviews, I looked at all the stuff, and it was amazing. So I was like, you know what? I've been working really hard all these years, and I've saved all this money because, like I said, all of my DJ money goes into obviously, I pay Pee Wee, I pay myself, and then the rest I put it into my savings, into my DJ savings, and then from there I can buy whatever I want, right?
right.
Again, I'm not a like crazy buyer. I'm not gonna go and just spend a lot of money on like equipment that I don't need. I need to I need to make sure that what I'm buying it's gonna be rightfully use, and it's gonna make sense.
Yeah,
So
that's the best way. That's the
my,
best.
my thing is, I wanted to give my CLXs a break, and also take him away from, the stress of trying to hold a 100, 150 people, 200 people wedding. And and also some of the venues are very like luxurious, very nice looking, and you go with like two speakers. I don't know, it looks it looks bad.
Yeah, the stands especially with the tripods, and that the
Yeah,
stands are the bad looking
yeah,
part.
so it looks kind of like, it looks like you're like cheap.
Yeah,
So I didn't like the look. And when I saw the 44 G2s, like how easy they were to set up and everything, I was like, oh, I'm sold. So the
yeah,
first thing I did, I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy him. And my thought process and the way I said it to myself, it was, I'm gonna use the 44 G2s for quinces and weddings, and for anything else, which are regular parties, birthday parties, graduation parties, anything like that, I'll use the CLXs. That
yeah,
way, I use both. I have two different setups. I keep it different, and you we can see different things.
yeah,
So now I find myself using my 44 G2s more often, like even on graduation parties where it's in a venue. I might want to use my 44 G2s just because of the simplicity of
yeah,
putting the sub, one, two, and done. It's just much easier than like carrying. They have to carry the thing all the way up, and
yeah,
like in the skirt, it's too much. So one thing is, main things that made me buy the 44 G2, setup time was gonna be faster, and that's also why I created the lavish booth, because setup is way faster. All I do is, the only
yeah.
thing that takes me a long time is put the computer pull for
Your
the,
stand, yeah, yeah,
that's the only thing that takes a bit. But besides that, everything else, it's pretty quick, and I can help Pee-wee run like cables or whatever, and allows me to record my gig logs, my introductions and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, so it wasn't an upgrade; it was an addition, because now I have two different setup for two different type of events, and
yeah, yeah,
that's what I was looking at. So basically, I started purchasing things that I can use for like regular events, and then for more high maintenance events, then the 44 G2s, the SX2, the lavish booth, and all of that goes in there. And then besides that, everything else I use it in all of the events, like the both lightings, IR4s.
mhm.
I use them to all of my events. I'll take them because I love them. It's just so much easier.
So
You set
easy.
up,
Yeah, it's so easy.
you control one, and they all do the same thing.
Yeah,
So
big or small events. It's so easy to set up, and it gives good effect no matter what event you take them to. So
now, talking about upgrading, I did upgrade my uplights. Now that I said the bulb lighting, so I did upgrade my uplights.
So
I
hold
still,
on before you go into that one. Let's go.
yeah.
Let's do Smiley's comment here. So Smiley said he's not cutting out his lavish booth. He's just setting it on top, but everything else is pre-wired. Oh, interesting. Got it. That makes sense. And then he
So wait,
uses the
everything else is
laptop holder
being
that I use.
so everything is inside the table, but your controller is on top.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So he probably what he probably does,
That's the
and
whole.
well, you can explain it too. But he probably has the wires like coming out of the booth, and then
Uh-huh.
you just set the controller on. You just got to plug in the controller, but all
Or
the mics and the receiver and the mixer, everything is all built in there.
maybe the table has the hole in the center like mine does,
Yeah, yeah, like yours.
and
Yeah,
he can run the cables through there, so everything is
just run
already
the
set up
cables. Yeah,
inside.
yeah. It's still that still works because you get like the podium look, and then you can see a couple of the wires, but you don't have to see like so many of them like as if you were on just like a regular table because your mics and your mixer are all hidden.
Yeah.
J
So
and D, oh Jimmy's here. What's up?
hey, how you doing?
Hey, hopefully you guys are safe right now. Out of the path of the hurricane, man. Thing looks crazy.
Yeah,
The
man.
videos are starting to come in.
Much love and a lot of blessings to old Florida, man. That's horrible what's going on over there.
Yeah, man. I was watching before actually I came on here, and it was saying like hopefully it looks like it's like category 3 now, and but it's like right there on the path, Tampa and Orlando and all of them.
There's a lot of people that have to like evacuate.
Yeah,
That
that's
is,
how I got it. Shit, yeah. He said he uses the center hole to bring up the cables and the laptop stand. Oh, got it. Yeah, that's smart because that hole is definitely big enough for the stand I have. I had to drill the hole, but I had to drill the hole. But you guys have the hole already built in on your booth. All right, Jimmy says where I'm at is not that bad. South of us is really bad. Okay, so Jimmy's a bit north. Oh shoot, but Jason's down in that area. Oh man,
dang. Well, hopefully he's doing all right.
yeah. Hopefully he's maybe he evacuated or something. But I know he's got all his stuff, his families, everybody's
Luckily,
in there.
luckily, he moved all of his DJ equipment to a new storage unit. So
Bro, you got more. There's more things than the storage. That storage unit, damn, bro. That thing flooded. That thing he made that video was flooding from like some not hurricane rains, man.
like just
That
regular.
storage unit is not gonna do well probably if this thing happens, man. So he's doing good now, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him last couple hours, man. Dude, it must be crazy.
Yeah, I
Man,
don't know.
hopefully prayers up. Hopefully, we can hear back. Hopefully we can hear back from him and once all this stuff is over and everything was okay. There wasn't any damages or anything for him.
Yeah,
Our loyal watchers, man. We got a few, but we're a strong group here.
yeah. Probably the cell towers that could have gone down,
Yeah,
and service is not that great right now over there. But
yeah.
well, right now what it pertains to us. So let me know what you guys. Oh, Smiley, Jimmy, what you guys have upgraded. Well, we already know Smiley did his he eating upgrade. What's it called? He added a new controller. But I'm pretty sure that Jimmy has a lot of stuff that he has changed, upgraded, or added into his arsenal. What are things, or how do you go about knowing what to change, when to change? Because usually they say speakers, the life expectancy is between 5 to 7 years. So
Yeah.
after that, you might want to start thinking about changing.
Or more. I would say more than that. I think most of these other guys have speakers for longer than that. But you were starting to talk while they type. Oh, here, Smiley put a comment. He didn't want to make the cutout in case he ever changed controllers and didn't want to have to buy a new drawer. Yeah, that's the thing with the cutout for
Yeah.
sure. Because you once you got that cutout, it's for the controller you cut out. Or you could do like what I said at a Home Depot. You could buy just another top and then just screw the holes in and cut that. You could have different cutouts, but then also the things you use to prop up the controller, you also have to think about that if that's going to be compatible with with the next thing. So, but yeah, if you want that flush look, that's the only way is to do the cutout. So, but Diego, you were saying about when you upgraded. I guess your first true upgrade was the uplights. So what was
Oh,
your thought process behind upgrading then on that one?
so when after I did like my first couple events, I started getting asked for like uplights, so lights around the venue. I didn't have anything. So what I did, and at that time I was doing a quince, and there were like really high expectations, and I only had my CLXs, my computer, and my what's it called, my controller. I didn't really have not much. I didn't even have an external mixer or anything like that. So I was like, okay, and then they told me what they wanted, and I was like, well, I've been already asked this questions before. Do I do up lighting? And I've said no, but this time I don't know why. I just said yeah, we do, and they were like, okay, definitely. So we got hired. So I was like, oh shit, now I need to figure out how I'm gonna do up lighting. So I went to Amazon and I bought the U Kings. I think it was like 10 for $150, 10 up
Yeah,
lights. So I got them joints, and so when I got it, I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. You can put them into like one color and then song mode or whatever. But in my head, it never came across you need plugs for every single one of them. And and when you go to the venue, it only had like 4 plugs throughout the whole venue. So how am I supposed to plug all this lights? And so I just in one plug I put two, and then they were like really close to each other. And then on the other one two, and then the other one two. So there was six. But and then we'll put them on sound mode. But you literally had to go to every single one of them and press the sound mode button on the remote,
Yes, yes,
and it was just hideous. So I
yes,
started saving up money, and I was like, you know what, I need something else, and I needed to be battery power. So the first things that I saw that were battery powers, and it was affordable because it was like, I want to say like $700 for the pair. The 10 piece was the best part 50s
the Rockville.
power, and I got in Rogueville best part 50s battery power, white. They're all white. It came with a carrying with the case and everything. I even have a video of it. So I got that, and after that I was like, all right. But then
Before you talk about your last upgrade, let's do Jimmy's comment. So speakers can last for a while, but you gotta take care of them. Yeah, that's what I thought. Speakers are pretty resilient, but we have trailers that we load our gear into, and all of our gear is in flight cases, so they last much longer. Yeah, man, that's like tour quality, taking care of your equipment with the flight cases. But that my thing is his next point is when you have just a SUV or a van and you can't use flight cases, then the wear and tear is definitely more. Because yeah, that's the thing. I would love to use flight cases, but I can't having to lift it up every time into my SUV or car, like, and it takes up more space too. But yeah, when you have
and
when you
either.
have trailers, you can just load, you could just just ride them up the ramp. That's a nice way to
Yeah,
get your stuff
I
in.
have. We both have SUVs, so we can have those big rolling cases.
Yeah,
We have to do
Jason
everything.
says, no,
Okay.
don't worry, we didn't start that way. All right, that's good to know. There's
Oh,
hope.
obviously, you always start in a two-door car or a four-door car, and then you start growing and growing. You go into an SUV, to a van. From a van, you go to a pack van, and from a pack van, then you start. You can get like a trailer or
Yeah,
what's it called, like a hole. One of those,
U-Haul.
not a U-Haul, but the things that you take, like the big square that goes in the back with tires, and then
Yeah,
you
like that's
pick
like
up
a
truck.
trailer, basically a trailer.
Okay, like a
Yeah.
trailer, and you grow.
Well,
That's essentially what it is. You end up growing.
yeah, but I think I like the idea of vans because trailers are also hard to like park and drive around and stuff. But if you have a van and you have a ramp on the van, then maybe you could use flight cases and stuff too.
So I was looking at vans because I also wanted to get a van just for my DJ stuff.
It'll be your
And
next upgrade.
well, it will be an addition, not an upgrade.
I really
But what I want to do is
should change that. We should change the title on this.
get a van, and then just take all the seats out. Just take it, and I just leave it plain so I can put all the stuff in there. Or if I decide to get like maybe like a Nissan NV200, or a
Right.
Ram, or one of the Rams, of those construction trucks that
Yeah,
are like not too big. One of those things, and maybe I can put more stuff into like in cases and stuff like that. So that will be an upgrade. That will be
yeah,
an upgrade. But a van, I feel like a van and my USB can probably fit almost the same. Maybe the van a little because it's longer. It might be able to fit a little more stuff. But essentially, you want everything to fit in one place, that you don't have to worry about how you're gonna take it out, because you have
yeah.
to take everything out one by one. It's crazy. So
Yeah,
what?
and you can go faster too because the flight cases have wheels and then they're heavier too, so they have more stuff in them. Right
Yeah,
now, I have to take it all down and put it. So it's like it's nice that I have small things are small. I could fit them into small places, but then it's more like more things, more total number of things to do a gig.
yeah.
But Jimmy
Well,
said he started with a pickup truck and then they got a small trailer. Now they have two 14-foot trailers. That's pretty big, man.
yeah.
14 feet. And then Smiley has done his speakers, 360 booth, and photo booth in his Malibu. That's a sedan, dude, right?
Yeah,
And then Tetris is life, dude, for real, man. That's crazy. A 360 booth, that's hard to fit, man. I've never seen one, but
no,
they're big, right?
not, no, the 360 booth is not that big.
The
It's
base, does the base fold up, or how do you?
it's a
The base
square.
is the biggest part, though, right?
Yeah, it's just a circle thing. And it's kind of like flat. So
You probably
you
got to
can
put
put
it
it
in
in
like
the bottom. You
sideways.
can put it in the bottom, or yeah, sideways. But you can put it in the bottom and put things on top, like lights.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's
you
like
can
in a
put a
flat.
lot of stuff on top because it's the base, so it's heavy.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But yeah, that's some Tetris thing that you have to. Yeah,
But
you have to.
definitely, I think professionalism wise, like having a dedicated van or having a dedicated like trailer and stuff, it looks more professional when you pull up. Because sometimes I've been at events where I used to pull up like with my Honda Accord. It's like 2001, and then like the event planner would like meet me. She'd see me pull up in that, and I don't know if they actually were, but I just feel like that I'm being judged. They're like, oh shit, this guy drives this old ass car. Like it comes to you with this old car. Like he's probably not a very good DJ or like a very like he probably doesn't do this that often, which is true, which is why I have that car. But
Yeah, I mean,
but I think I don't know like you I don't know if you guys ever felt like that, but it's like if you pull up when you pull up in like a van that has your logo on it or something, or like you pull up with a trailer, it's like
you
oh well
look more professional.
yeah
Those
yeah
doesn't mean
it
you are.
gives you the appearance.
You look more professional. A
Yeah,
lot of
you
people
look
go by looks.
because you're not gonna have that stuff unless you do this like that often. Like you're doing it often, so
Yeah, like
maybe it's coming down the line for me.
you need to be able to justify the investment that you're doing. So
One thing I'll say though, one thing a hack you could do, I was thinking about this is because they make like magnets, like giant large magnets. They're like
yeah, I know.
you can just stick one on your car when you're going to an event or something, and that way when you pull up, you're like, oh wow, this guy's got like a branded vehicle, like
He got
on
a
your
magnet on his vehicle. Yeah,
yeah. So it's like all right, so maybe he's a bit more legit than just the guy showed up. It's just,
you would think. You would think.
yeah.
Well, let me finish my story. Like I was saying. So
Oh, your uplights. All right, your number.
yeah,
Then we'll
so
go to
after
Smiley's comment.
my battery, no, yeah, battery part 50s or best part 50. I don't know, battery power, battery part 50s. I think they were. Um, I like them. It was, like it was battery power. I can put them anywhere in the venue. But then I had to go to every single one of them and start pressing the button. Now I was like, damn it, this is not really like it solved one problem, but now I have another
You're
one.
going step by step.
Yes, yes. But that's because I was like money was a huge thing for me. Again, I don't use my regular my regular work money for DJing. Everything that I purchase, everything that I have, it's been from DJing.
Yeah.
So
Well, the second part though is the IR4s didn't exist when you were probably shopping for those Rockvilles, right? So IR4s came
yeah,
out
no,
later.
yeah, they came out a
Yeah.
little
You
later,
didn't
like
have
two
the
years
option.
later or so. But yeah, so I was like, damn it, I need to figure out a way to DMX these things. And you can DMX those, but you have to buy 10 donors. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's too much crap to like deal with. And then I just kept using those and dealing with, like going sound active to every single one of them. And then once I saw like the above lighting IR4s, I was like, I'm getting this ones. I got myself first. I started with 8, but then I liked them so much that I got four more sets. So now I have so,
24.
24. Yeah, now I have 24 of them,
Yeah.
and I tell you, it's one of the best purchases I've ever made.
Yeah.
One one button from my stand, and I make the whole room do what I want. So
Yep. And it looks professional too because they're
yeah,
doing. I think it does when they're all doing the same thing. It's a big deal. So
yeah,
in that case, you upgraded because of the functionality of
yes.
the and then your budget obviously too. But
Yeah, 'cause it fit within my budget and I can justify it.
yeah,
And
like,
in
all right,
this case,
this is what I'm getting for
yeah,
doing it. How it's doing
and
it.
and also, and I always say this too. a shout out to DJ Solstice because he's the one that brought it up. He
Who
was
said,
like,
"Hey, your lighting looks like crap."
yeah, he said, yo, why you have all these lights going crazy? They should be doing the same thing. So he was throwing shade, and he was right. When I started, I didn't think about it. To me, it was, I have lights, I'm DJing, I'm making money, all of that.
Yeah,
But then later on, as you start progressing and learning, and you're trying to be better, you want to take note of all these little things. And a huge reason why I open a YouTube channel and putting all my stuff there is because sometimes I don't see things because I do it often and I'm doing the same way. Sometimes I don't see, something that I'm doing wrong, and then other DJs can let me know, yo, you could do this better, and or you can do this also this way. And I'll try it, maybe try it and see if it works for me or not. But those things you learn from all of this,
mhm.
and that's the most important part. If you're not learning, you're not taking nothing from here, then like it's gonna get to a point that you're gonna be obsolete, and then you're just gonna quit because
Yeah,
it's gotten to that point. But when you're learning, you're eager to learn. You seeing other people, and you take all those comments, even negative, positive, whatever, as feedback, and do something about that. You can only go up.
yeah. That's a good mindset to have, dude. Because most people on YouTube, they'll get a bad comment or something, they'll be like, oh, like they'll get into an argument, in the comments about like why this is right and this isn't right. You can just take it
Well,
as like,
that's because your DJ pride, or
yeah,
like, it gets hurt. But you gotta understand that people, every single person is entitled to their own opinion, and you putting yourself and your stuff in the internet, the world wide web, everyone is entitled, and everyone has the right to say whatever they want. You take it or you leave it, and then you respond however you want to do it. But
yeah,
in my head, is every single thing is a learning process, it's a learning experience. And had I wish maybe he, like Solstice, would have say like the comments in a nicer way. Yeah, but he is how he is, and you gotta respect that. I change whatever the comments that he said, because when he commented all this, like the negative stuff, I went back to my videos and I watched it, and then it opened up my eyes. I was like, oh my god, what the hell? Like, yeah, it looks horrible. He's right. Like lights going all over everywhere, because everything was on sound active while Pee Wee's in the center of the dance floor presenting everyone. It's horrible. But I didn't exactly, but I didn't notice. Like, to me, it wasn't a big. I
yeah,
didn't think about it, but he was right. And if I want to be professional, if I want to grow, that's something that I need to take care of. Now
yeah,
I changed all my stuff. I don't use my spider lights anymore. That's another thing that my lighting. I
mhm,
upgraded my lighting, and that was an upgrade. I was tired of the spider lights. The spider lights are good for house parties, events that are not so high maintenance or whatever, because no, they do what they need to do, provide light for any type of party. But it's more for house parties, backyard parties, things like that. But when you're going into a more professional setting, being a wedding or a quince or sweet 16, whatever, you need a more professional take on lights. Maybe like the minimum should be like the wash effects hexes. Oh, not the hexes, just the wash effects. Any,
yeah, wash effects,
something like that. That
flashlight.
provides, yeah, wash lights. Any wash lights will be great. I'm talking too much. You should read the comments.
All right, good. You cut yourself off that time.
Yeah, yeah, I'm cutting
No,
myself.
that's good. Let's say Smiley said you might be right. This is back to the cars stuff. I feel people judge us, but once they hear the music and mixing, they forget about the little things and congratulate. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. If you go out there and kill it, then they're not gonna remember the
Pro
car you
tip.
drove.
Pro tip: if you don't want to be judged because of what you drive, be there 7 hours before the event starts.
Well, anyways, go park your car far away.
park your car like 3 hours away and have yourself in the front of the venue.
All right, but hold on, Jason. Jason made an amazing point here. So we stopped putting logos on our trucks and trailers. We travel a lot and stay in hotels. So if people see DJ or any logo on the trailer, dishonest people may think it's a great opportunity to get some gear. Dude, that point right there just made me scrap that whole idea of buying a logo to put on my car. That's true. I mean, even if let's say you're driving to an event, people will follow you. Maybe might even follow you on the road and wait for you to get out of the car and then steal your stuff.
Well, printing a logo on a car is something, but having a magnetic one, you take it out at night.
Yeah, when but no, that's what. Even if that's why I thought you could take it out. But imagine even if you're driving, like while you're driving to the gig, if there's someone sees you on the freeway and they're like, "Oh, this guy DJ, he's probably going to an event. Let's follow him." Then they follow you.
Oh, wait, at night or in the morning?
Like on your way to a gig or something, you know.
Well, on the way to a gig, yeah. But when you're going home or going to a hotel, before you leave the venue, take it off.
Yeah, you could take it off like that. But I didn't reading that. I'd be worried people follow me around too.
Having like printed in your car, I can see how that could be a problem. And then Jimmy is right. It could call for like getting robbed or things like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
It's a risk. So I don't know if it's worth the reward of the event planner thinking, oh, this guy.
It's worth the advertising.
Risk versus benefit. I don't know. But that's a great point because I didn't even think about that. Smiley says try to do chases with your uplighting on sound switch. I have my R4s and did the auto loops. So Smiley's trying to say in a nice way that here's a way to make your lighting look even better than it does. Because chases are basically when they're like around the room, it's doing like one thing after another.
Yes. Well, see, it looks like he has the IR force connected to sound switch. I don't have it connected to sound switch.
But you can now. You have the ability.
I can, but it's just so much easier to grab the remote and click on my thing. It's just so much faster.
That could be your next upgrade. Is more of a style upgrade, not a. You don't have to upgrade the gear at least.
It'll be an addition, not an upgrade. Because I'll still use
addition. Yeah, you'll still use the remote. You'll probably use the remote anyways. And then Jimmy says, I do believe honesty is the best policy, but being condescending in public is not the right forum. Yep. If people had any issues with the setup or the way lighting is, then make the comments one-on-one. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there are ways to say it, and there are ways to say things, So, and even if you're gonna make a comment like telling someone that maybe something they can improve on, there's ways to say it too. Like you can say, hey, you did a great job, everything looked great. One thing, in case you were trying to upgrade your lighting is this. Here's a link to something in case you're interested. Can't wait to see the next one or something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, all I'm saying is just don't take it personal. It's part of it, and just take it as easy as you can. Plus, I seen sources being like having a lot of fights with other DJs.
Oh yeah. I think he likes to do it. He likes.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, at least I'm not the only one.
He just it's just what he does. So it's kind of like one of those things where if he makes a comment, at least your channel's kind of popping now because it's coming up, it's showing up for him. So
I mean, I think he watches everybody's stuff.
I don't know. I've never gotten a comment, so I'm not at that level of fame yet.
It's because you don't be putting a lot of events. You do more reviews, so
but if I got a few gig logs now, but when I see a Solstice comment, then I'll know I've made it. I've made it to YouTube fame, so I'll take it that way. Jimmy says trailers are aluminum, magnets will not stick to them, and then. He has a question. Have you ever hired anyone because of a magnet or a sticker on their car? Yeah, no.
I've called.
Yeah, you call. That's true. You can call them.
But I don't know.
I definitely don't need. I mean, the bottom line at the end of the day, it's like if you don't back it up, you could have all the fanciest stuff. You could have the fanciest trailer and fanciest van and team of 10 guys. and you start playing the wrong music,
Oh,
and you know you're standing there like you have a stick up your ass, you know, like not look like you're excited to be there, not being a good DJ, then it doesn't, all that stuff doesn't matter, and control everything with computers. So, so he says use the remotes. Don't worry about the sound switch.
well, yeah. Well, see, the only reason why I went for I use SunSwitch now is because like spotlight, and for dinner I can control my lights instead of like
Yeah, yeah.
some simple like.
But for your IR4s, he says don't worry. Just
Oh
use your
yeah,
remote if you like your remotes.
it's just much easier. So I just use a remote.
Yeah.
It's
And then okay, so Jimmy got some DJ Solstice comments as well, because they play games and have fun with their guests. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, at least you, like I said, at least you know you made it though. You made it to the your channel's being recommended to the DJ Solstices of the world, so you can cross that off in terms of your achievements. All right, we know you made it to that level of YouTube fame, that DJ Solstice has noticed your videos.
yeah. Well, and talking about like videos, you guys should definitely follow Jimmy. Yo, he got good
Yeah,
stuff
actually, I
on
need to follow Jimmy. I
his
don't.
um his channel, especially like the games and the icebreakers that he has. Yo, watch him because it could come in handy when you have like a very difficult crowd. He got some good stuff in there, so you guys definitely want to check him out. He got
I
some
need
good
to
stuff.
find this channel, man. J and D Productions. Okay, I did
So he's
entertainment.
level out. Not sure if that is the sign we made it. Oh. Well, at least for Shay, that is the sign you made it. So, Jimmy, you and
Hey,
I have
that's just one way to think about it. All right, here we go. I found Jimmy's channel.
we have made it.
No, dude. Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I mean, I just think people are always gonna find things to pick at, but I haven't seen Jimmy's, but I've seen Jason's videos, especially where there was one where there was clients weren't doing anything, no one was dancing, no one was doing anything, and if you're in a situation like that, if you don't have games, if you have no idea even where to start, then the clients might think, oh, we didn't have a great party. But I remember from that one, Jason said, even though they never danced, because of how he never stopped trying, he was getting people involved with games and different ways to get people on the dance floor. They at the end they came up like with things for such a great time. The couple had an amazing time.
Yeah, I mean, if they see that you're trying your best to do whatever you can to make them dance, and beforehand they already knew that their crowd is not danceable, and you can't make them dance. Yeah, it's a little troublesome. But
Yeah,
if they're happy at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That the client is happy.
right. And Smiley says, yeah, it's simpler. Talking about the remote. If I
Yeah,
honestly want to see my light to do crazy stuff. Yeah,
I was talking about the lights itself.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
No, I
see,
agree.
don't get me wrong. If I had like someone that could help me with like the sound switch or doing all those chases and things like that, I will include it on my stuff. The only thing is that I don't really like I don't like the DMX stuff. Like it's not doesn't call my attention. I like more the DJing, the music, and all of that. Yeah, I know. Like even both Lighting USA, Rick has this friend, Marcus or
Yeah,
Marcellus,
you can buy the thing.
whatever. He's like
You can,
like a sound switch guru or a DMX expert or something like that. You know, and then he already have like presets and like chases and all this done. It's great, but they're asking for like I think like 250 or something like that to like grab that and input it into your sound switch. Like I don't see.
Smiley,
I don't,
what you need to do is go on one of Diego's videos and say, "Yo, this lighting looks like crap. Why aren't you doing any chases?" Or and then Diego will that'll light a fire under his ass.
yeah, spark me up. It's but my stuff has gotten better than from what I started, so
Yeah.
I'm happy with
But my,
with.
my biggest thing, I think syncing. That's where I'm trying to get to is have everything synced up, and looking good. Jimmy says I think we don't see the link. I don't know if maybe the link isn't coming up here, but he's talking about a video. Uh, but maybe I think for some reason the link's not showing up here in the comments. And he said, "Oh yeah, I hated DMX with a huge controller. Yep, until I learned sound switch." Yeah, Daryl. That's the thing, man. You got no excuse if you want to do it. There's Daryl has some great videos too. So
Exactly. But see, with yeah, there, and I know there. I watch a lot of his videos. In regards to sound switch, the only thing is that you need to have patience, and I
yeah,
don't have patience.
you gotta be interested in it. You're not
Yeah,
interested.
like again, the only reason why I use this DMX stuff is because Spotlight and like dinner movement for my moving heads, and to be able to black out everything. The rest I just put it on like the whatever outer loops they have, and they do whatever they want. I don't care for that stuff. But if I was a more into like a DMX part and I had a lot of patience, which I don't have, I would definitely jump into Sound Switch and start playing around with it, and figure out all those chases and all that, and do some crazy lighting. And like that's something that I do give Solstice. His lighting is crazy, like it's crazy. And I think he used freestyler or something like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
But his light show is amazing. Bro. It's just crazy. I really like his lighting show.
Yeah. Smiley says I used to think sound switch was trash because my lights won't do anything. And now he's yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, if I get some new lights, I might have to try it out too. Because if Diego, who doesn't like lighting, is saying that it's good, then that says a lot. And then Jimmy uses Chave, but it's Chave Show Express. You can program your lights however you want, and then set macros to do the lighting scenes.
Show Express. See,
Yeah,
there's so many like Show Express, Freestyler, Sound Switch, Airstream DMX. Like, imagine going through every single one of them, like through a whole circle, trying to figure out the best one for you. And
yeah.
you have
I usually you just gotta get one and get comfortable with it, and just stick with that one, and then just learn that one. Because yeah, if you had to keep learning new ones, you'd be like, oh god, this frustrated
yeah.
about it. But yeah, I gotta head out. I guess it's my dinner time over here on the West Coast.
Oh, I forget you're 2 hours, 3 hours behind, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, we'll cut it off. We'll cut it off here for today. Again, Florida. I hope you guys, are
Yeah,
safe.
prayers up for
Yeah, prayers
Jason.
out to you guys. Hopefully, you guys doing. Hopefully, Jason, you're doing well, and hopefully, we get to see you next week. We're trying to hopefully have a wedding planner coordinator for next week, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then after that, we'll look into other things. Let us know if you guys want us to touch base of any topic. We're open. We're open to share and just to talk about anything. So with that being said, we'll see you next week, same time, Thursday though, not Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll be back Thursday. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
thanks for joining us on this special edition, Wednesday edition, Jimmy and Smiley. And
yeah. Thank you
Smiley's
guys.
gonna go trash talk on one of your videos about the lighting now. He's gonna
Go ahead, Smiley. I'll be happy to see. Hey, look, another tip. As long as you get a comment, that helps the algorithm. So whether it's a good or a bad comment, just comment.
just
It helps.
like the video, but then you can write whatever you want. So.
Exactly. It helps at the end of the day. So it's all good. All right, guys. You have a
All
good
right,
one.
guys.
Peace.
See ya.
Stay safe.